Good evening, Bayside Live TV. I'm Cassie Nadaner, your newest host and producer. I'm here with elect John Ciafone. How are you doing today?
Very good, Cassie. Thank you very much for having us tonight.
Of course. And you are running for civil court judge in Queens, all of Queens County, correct?
Queens County on the Democratic Party line.
Okay, now I did notice when I did my little research on you that you are a practicing attorney in not only New York, but New Jersey and where else? Washington?
D.C. I'm admitted in 3 states, correct.
So why New York? Why Queens County in particular?
That I'm running,
Yes.
basically? Yeah. Well, Cassie, I've served our community many times in many different capacities. Queens is my hometown. Born and raised here. I raised a family. I have a lovely wife, 3 children. We live here in Queens. Queens means a lot to me. I was on the Community School Board 30, serving parts of Queens, serving children in Queens, parents, families. I had a great track record. I had a perfect attendance. We created the largest increase in student seats in public schools in the district. We did a lot. I supported school uniforms and school safety. I'm an administrative law judge hearing officer. I help thousands of people at Oath, Office of Administrative Trials and Appeals. We help everyday people, and at Oath, we try to level the playing field. People come in without attorneys, we help them. I want to do the same kind of thing if I'm elected to the civil court. I think it's a great public service to be elected to the civil court. I'm independent. I'm not backed by special interests, the political bosses, or the party machinery. I'm going to serve the people. I'm committed to helping people. And as an attorney who goes to court almost every day, I do a lot of trial work. I deal with a lot of different people throughout Queens, picking juries. I understand what the average citizen wants in a judge. They want a judge who's fair, compassionate, has good temperament, treats everyone equally and fairly, but most importantly, makes the people feel comfortable. Even as an attorney, we go to certain judges in certain counties, not just Queens, and there are some judges who have good temperament and make everyone feel welcome, and others that don't. And I think that has to come to an end. The court is a separate entity that our Constitution created specifically. The legislative body shouldn't be influencing the courts in terms of endorsements and this and that. It is up to the people of this county to select the judge that they feel that will make the most sense, that will help people. And I'm that kind of person. I'm committed to giving justice to the everyday citizen and making sure everyone starts at the same level. It's only fair. Cassie, because you have the money to hire a good attorney or a prestigious law firm, shouldn't give you an advantage over someone who can't afford to do that. And that's the kind of judge we need in our system.
That is a great answer. One of the things that I would like to ask you is, somebody like myself, I'm 33 years old, and I'm not very familiar with the legal system. And so for someone in my generation, what is the importance of electing a civil court judge?
It's a great question. It's important, Cassie. For all these years, particularly in Queens County, there have been no elections for judges. The party machine would pick candidates, and these people, unknown to most of the citizens of the borough, wouldn't know who they were voting for, and they were automatically getting these positions without challenge. This society was formed on debate. We see the protests in our communities. People have a right to know who they're voting for, to have a choice. And what I'm doing is I'm providing the people of this great county a choice, whereas before they didn't have a choice, where it was almost like a tyrant given the decisions as to who becomes judges. It's important that the people elect, just like they elect the city council person, the assembly person, the state senator, the congressperson, the U.S. senator. They need to elect the judge, and that's the forum we're providing. There are several challenges, a few challenges in Queens, several throughout the city. I'm one of the challenges, because it's important to have the people select who is the best person, the best temperament, the best experienced quality, a proven track record, who could serve the community of Queens the best. And it's important to have an informed decision and a choice, giving people a choice. There's nothing wrong with choices.
Now, one phrase that I just learned the other day is tort reform. Can you explain that briefly to me, what that means?
Absolutely. Tort reform is the opinion by people in the medical establishment, the doctors, hospitals, insurance companies. They feel that There are too many claims with automobile insurance policies, and the rates have gone up, insurance rates have gone high. There needs to be reform. There's been discussions on reform. New York has a threshold law that says that you can't collect money for injuries unless you have a serious injury, okay? And they classify serious injury as a broken bone, loss of a body part or function. Those are serious injuries, and they do have some control in terms of bringing cases. There needs to be look at in terms of the medical arena, malpractice cases, hospital cases, but those are very difficult to bring. You have to have a strong case to succeed on a medical malpractice case. But if you're looking at tort law, you're looking at states like Texas that are making these changes. And I think, that's a decision for the public to make on a referendum to be voted upon to make that decision. And that's something that should be explored. I think it's a good idea.
So it's safe to say that you're all for it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And the other question I have for you is, I did hear that you have been in law for 25 years now. You've been practicing law. Can you tell me a little bit about what kind of law you've practiced, and why after 25 years are you interested in now taking this possible new position of being civil court judge?
It's a good question again. I've served this community many, many years, my hometown of Queens. On the school board, I had an exemplary record. I'm an administrative law judge hearing officer right now for oath. I've been appointed by several Supreme Court justices as a guardian referee in cases concerning the courts. I think the noblest and most prestigious thing one can do is serve the public. And being a judge is that specific ability to serve and help everyday people. And that, to me, is the greatest gift a person could have, is the ability to serve his people in government. But to do the right thing and to have the, as you said earlier, the notion of someone being good, that they did the right thing. And I look back in my career, whether it was at oath or school board or my office, I've always helped people. I've helped thousands and thousands of people. And I think I can continue that tradition on the bench, helping citizens of this great borough.
Thank you for that. And last question before and I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. What would you want your legacy to be when all is said and done, and let's say you are appointed civil court judge? What do you want the people to remember you by?
Having the everyday citizen who comes to court, they come to court because they have an issue that can't be resolved. They have a claim that needs to be decided. They've been injured. In this particular current economic situation, people are going to be coming to court as defendants because they can't pay their bills. They want to know that the judge is fair, okay? That the judge doesn't favor one side over the other because the judge knows the attorney or the individual from the party that supported the judge. That's got to come to an end. We've got to have everyone start on the same level field, be treated equally and fairly, all people. And I'm committed to that. And I would like the people to know that when they come into my courtroom, they feel comfortable. Okay, it's not attack. And the arrogance that is emanated by many judges across the city, I'm not going to talk about Queens in particular, but across the city and across the state, has to come to an end. Some judges think they walk on air or walk on water. We are everyday people. And I want the person who comes to court knowing that they are just like me. They can relate to me. And those, in my mind, as a young attorney and to this day, those were, to me, the best judges. That they can relate to people. They have the empathy and the understanding. And they don't think they're above or they're gods like some of them do. And that's got to come to an end.
Right, because the truth of the matter is especially in this day and age, there are probably going to be a lot of cases where people are representing themselves, correct?
People can't afford an attorney, particularly now in civil court, the court I'm running for.